Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, March 11th, the end of a very, very volatile week ahead. And our implied open was up over 400 points a little bit ago at the high. We are now sitting up about 283. Of course, that's in the Dow. It's only 30 names, but you can imagine following along. Bitcoin is up. The S&P, NASDAQ are all up this morning. And these are all on comments here by Putin saying, let me see if I can find it. It basically said that he is open to discussions with Ukraine directly, with Zelensky directly, and it's back in here somewhere. I don't remember exactly where it is. And we took off from that he sees that as a positive sign. Okay, so here's the thing. We are moving on that. I'm going to tell you this. Be very cautious. It's not because that I'm trying to be political about this, but I'm going to be very honest with you about this. Just yesterday, Putin said that, period, he will not negotiate. He will not compromise. But today, he's like, well, okay, maybe. So I'm just going to put this in the basket of there's an ulterior motive. He is very good at doing this. He is a very smart man. People who call him a madman, I think those are the type of people that, because of that underestimating of him, that's what gives him his power. That's what gives him that edge to be able to pull things off that most of us are like, whoa, we don't want that. But not for good, right? This good versus evil definitely in play here. We're seeing it play out on the world stage. So I will tell you, I would be extremely cautious about longs. I would be very protective. Maybe keep your stops a little tighter, a little bit lower share size, or fewer contracts. That is my overriding feeling. Every fiber of my being is saying that this is not a legitimate, or maybe legitimate, yes, but maybe not the. I think he does want a deal. I just don't think he's going to offer anything that will actually make it a deal. That's what I'm trying to say. So just be very cautious. Again, we've already moved, well over 100 points off of the highs just from those comments, and I think that we'll see more of that coming out. But remember, this is a military that is going in. It is surrounding Kyiv. It is surrounding key sites. And if you do any sort of military history or study any kind of military history, it will tell you that he is not easing off at this moment. And I think that's what we have to keep in mind. Now, we're coming into a weekend. Oil's been very volatile. Pretty much just the market, right? We've had great volatility for day trading. I will say that. The day trades have been fantastic, not so much for swing trades. So I will be going into the weekend very, very light. I am holding CAT from overnight, and I'm holding Oxy from overnight, from that I took yesterday. I did get out of CVX, but I really still like the energy sector. So here's our futures here. You can see, so the candle looks pretty big, right? Yesterday, the last couple of days, let me move this up so it's a little easier to see. There we go. Okay, so we had this big push back up. Yesterday, sat inside yesterday's candle, but a really nice rally. At the end of the day, we had a nice little pop, pull back, and then came back in pretty strong at the end of the day. Today, we are putting in a higher low as of this moment and a higher high. We will see how this candle plays out. Yesterday in the afternoon, much to Joe's dismay, I predicted a lot more chop going sideways. And we'll see if that's what will play out. This is what it looks like on the SPY. When you look at the SPY, we did put in a lower low and a lower high on both sides. So this is what it's just kind of telling me that maybe we're chopping around. And although we had this open window candle, it wasn't a little bit less volume. And again, I think this is just the war in Ukraine. Really, it's affecting everything in the markets. They stopped their. They said they're going to stop their exports. Everything is tethered in the world. So just keep that in mind. So you pull one string on one area of the world, it's going to affect somewhere else in the world, even if you don't see the direct connection. Just kind of like one great big spider web. So keep that in mind. Okay, So let's pop over to a few that I am going to look at. AMAT actually had good news, upward guidance, dividend increasing. They're increasing their dividend, big buyback. So look for AMAT to pop today, this morning, and it is sitting now at like 129, so just below the 20, just a day trade opening range break. That is what I like this one for, just on that good news. It's bringing the 3 up to the 8 there on the daily, so if it holds in, it's actually setting up for a good swing trade on Monday. But for right now, great little day trader just on the news. Amazon, right? Can't not talk about Amazon. Here we go. Look at that big gap up. They're splitting, and June 6th is that split date. So a couple months in, not quite a couple months in here. So big gap up, nice close, long leg open candle doji here. We'll look for this to continue. It is sitting just shy of the 20, so it's already above yesterday's high for day trading. Now we'll probably see this continue, although volatile will probably continue to do very well into that split date. We've seen that many times, whether it was with Tesla, Nvidia, Apple. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that split this. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, anyway, they all tended to move in an upward and bullish direction into that split. Okay, let's look at crowd. Ooh. I like crowd as well. So they had good earnings, strong guidance, popped up, and look at this. So I'm setting up for another day trade. I like the crowd 200s in April. I would play this on an opening range break and just as a day trade as well. Okay, but the ones that I actually did set up, I know, it seems like I just don't want to change this one on my list because it keeps popping up and it's usually the top spot on my list there. Not that they're in any particular order, I promise. But Plug Power was watching this. I had an order queued up yesterday, all ready to go, and it couldn't hold the break over 26. So still waiting for that break and really the hold over 26. So I like the 25 and the 30 calls. So we'll watch and see which ones are the most active. I'm upping the entry a little bit because otherwise I think we're just going to end up getting chopped out. Like yesterday, I would have been chopped out pretty quick. 26.75 or an opening range break. I'd like my stop there if it closes below 26. And my first target is going to be 28.11 and then 29 to follow on from that. Cyber attacks, a lot of cyber attacks. Look at PanW, CYBR, Cyber, of course, crowd. But S here, Sentinel-1, nice little play here. Great price point, $35 strike. I like the entry at 36.15 or an opening range break. Going to keep my stop nice and tight there at 35.20. And my targets, oh, actually, that's supposed to say 39. Sorry, put that up. Just had to correct a little typo there. 37.50, 39.40, which will be the 20 EMA, and then I'll move on. So, like this look here, yeah, we have earnings coming up next week, so we want to be cautious. So just a, again, day trade or if this one holds in, a nice overnight trade, but looking to capitalize off of this double bottom reversal moving. Okay, JWN. Wow, I do not remember the last time I had JWN on a watch list. I'm not kidding. It has really been that long. I don't know what I just did with my little chart here. Sorry. Okay. JWN earnings, big gap, pulled back in, held a lot of this gap in here, climbing up the 8. Doji candle looking for the reversal back up. And again, this is on lower volume that we're holding in up here. Really like the look of JWN, the 25. So it's April 14, 25. My entry is going to be around 24.55. And I will close it if it closes, not wicks through, but closes below the 8 EMA. Okay, my initial target is going to be 25, then 26, then 26.75. Pretty exciting, right? All right, Some other names to definitely take a look at: Airbnb. This one pops up on our list quite a bit. Pushed up a little bit of a gap. We did come back in, and I'm pretty sure that gap is filled. If not, there's only a few pennies in there. But look at that, right back up yesterday. Downward trend line, looks like it's getting ready to be broken. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw this in. This is what I would do if I were you. Anything above this trend line, looking to push these moving averages up here are squeezing together. So looking to push the price action in up to those candles there. We have LYV. Again, these are all just recovery, getting out stocks. And again, we closed right up over this trend line that had been the line. This line's been in here for a while. We've used it for quite a while. We used it for support, resistance, support, resistance, support, and now it's resistance again. So looking for it to become support. I like LYV. Tesla, the other day, was looking pretty darn good there. Closed up over the 20 yesterday along with the rest of the market volatility, but nice push back up. Looking for a push back up over that 20, and I actually really like it a little bit more here over about 860 there in Tesla. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I guess we can take a quick look at Apple too. Apple, nice little double bottom put in here, so we'll take a look and make sure that that keeps moving on. Semiconductors were looking pretty good as well, so keep an eye on those. All right, everyone. Oh, and Bitcoin. God, I can't believe I didn't even talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, really quiet in here, but look at this. We have a very nice level of support in here, right around the 38.6 level. So keep an eye on that. Okay, everyone, if you have any questions, Heather C. at givingtreetrading.com. Remember, stay a little lighter going in through the weekend. 2 days is a lot of news time, especially given all of the conditions out there. So be very, very cautious. Again, if you have any questions, Heather C. at givingtreetrading.com. Have an awesome Friday.